Welcome. In this video, David, W2LNX, discusses how he prepared for his exciting Dxpedition to St. Lucia.
So you go there on your own nickel. It's 100 pounds maximum, 2 suitcases, and the only condition was only buddy pole products to be used. Well, buddy pole antenna parts like Tinker Toys with of antennas. You could do verticals, you could do loops, you could do antennas that look like this. You could do V's, you could do V's, you could do anything you want. You could do Yagis, 12-inch Yagis, not the element. We operate 100 watts or less, so some of the folks were running QRP. And their purpose is actually, there's a business purpose, to prove out product and to test things. But also, they introduce new hams to holiday-style Dxpedition, and you know what? Those hams become ambassadors for buddy pole. I'm a real fan. And for MCOM stuff, for public service, it's the cat's meow. If you're involved, in my opinion, if you're involved with public service type stuff, you need to have and you want to operate HF conveniently, buddy pole is the way to go. It's a great product. 6 months before, so plenty of time, you know. Wow, plane was practically sold out. Why? Because it's only Delta flight a day, so it sells out quickly. There's other companies go there too. I think American, I'm not sure. So I sent my paperwork to get a license and to get my customs paperwork. They are really concerned about HF type equipment falling into the wrong hands. Only licensed amateurs, island folks or visitors can bring telecommunications equipment like that. So in fact, somebody sent me an email. Can you bring me a radio? Just bring it in. No. You have. If you want me to bring it, then you arrange it with customs. You pay the duties. You tell them the serial number, and sure, I'll deliver it for you and deliver it to customs, and you can redeem it. And I don't want to get involved with that. So they're very serious about that. A year ago, in fact, somebody didn't have his paperwork with them, and they were stopped at customs. They impounded it, and then they got sort that out. So a month before, I set up the station. I operated every day. I set up the buddy pole in my bedroom, and then in a neighboring bedroom, I set up my station. You'll see a picture of that, because I really wanted to stress test everything. And I really ran my radio, the 857, 60 watts, I mean, more than 50% duty cycle, just to really stress it. But also RFI. I'm going to be in imagine field day, 7 stations going full tilt, right? It's a field day type environment. So RFI, QRM, interference. So you want to shake all that out. So I quickly learned I needed to have a cordless mouse and a cordless keyboard, because the tail was picking up RF. It was kind of funny. I would transmit, and all of a sudden it would start typing on the screen. It says, no, I don't think so. So I need to fix that. So I developed some macros so I could do things, contesting style. Logbook of the World certificates. The first time Logbook of the World came out, what a clunker. It was very difficult. Here, this is a piece of cake. Just a quick email that is the Trust QSL program. You put in a request. 2 days later, they send you a certificate. You install it. Done. And then I was able to generate a sub-certificate for J6 stroke W2LNX. I made a mistake, and I accidentally made it as a USDXCC entity for St. Lucia. So I needed to delete that, and I recreated it, and they sent me the certificate for that, and then I was able to install it, and that's the St. Lucia DXCC entity. Smooth, very, very nice. It's come a long way. And operate every day to shake things out. Now, luggage. So, I learned you don't carry equipment because it gets heavy. I didn't realize how big Atlanta Airport is. So I was carrying 2 10-ampere-hour lithium ferrophosphate batteries. They're very light. But somehow by the end of the airport, when I got to my gate, it turned into a lead acid battery. It's like, whoa, what's going on here? So you don't carry this stuff. I was concerned that my equipment would get jostled, so I was going to carry my FT 857, spring in my arm. On the way back, believe me, I schlepped it with my carry-on roller suitcase. Have on hand your travel documents, of course, the ham radio, license, customs paperwork, and every single rule and regulation you can get your hands on for lithium ferrophosphate batteries. And sure enough, I was challenged, and I was able to educate them about it. I was in St. Lucia on the way back. Also, you need to know at your fingertips when at an immigration, where you're going, where you're staying, what's the phone number. Well, I don't have a phone number, but I can tell you who, what, when, and where, and the address. So somebody was at one of my buddies there was challenged. I stepped up and I said, "We're going to Chateau DeVoe, owned by Richard Moran DeVoe in Cape Estates Province, northern part of the island. The phone number, it's in my suitcase. Want me to dig it out, or you can look it up?" So she let us go. Anyway, so that's where we were. So I briefly mentioned where something about that. So they're the nicest folks, and Moran cooked for us. I think it's like 2 or 3 dinners, catered food, and what a Jewish mom. She's so afraid she didn't have enough food, so we had leftover food for like 2 days. So that was great. So summer weather, brief rain squalls. So we were warned, bring in your equipment when you go to sleep. And I would wake up early, and it would rain horizontally for about 15 minutes, and the veranda would get soaking wet, and then it would dry out shortly thereafter. And so this is what it looks like. This is standing near the pool. There's a vertical there, and a 2-element yagi over there made out of buddy pole parts. This is everybody operated from the veranda in the back. And as I took a long view, so you could see there were really 2 operating positions. People hung out around the coffee table to operate or drink cases and cases of beer. Wow, holiday style Dxpedition. So the local beer is called Piton beer. Piton is the Piton Mountains there. It's kind of like a landmark. And then there's a nice table there. The voltage is 240 volts, but the villa has a big 240 to 120 volt transformer. So for the trip, I bought a PowerWorks, one of those little switching power supplies with a sliding switch in the back that said 240 or 120. And I put a big sticker on it. Remember to change the voltage when you get there. Turns out I didn't need to change it because I was plugged into the transformer. But somebody else didn't do that, and bang! They let the smoke out. They didn't realize that when it's a different size plug, it looks different, it means it's a different voltage. They didn't realize, they thought it was, anyway, so.
Well, that's it for now. Thank you so much for your interest in our videos. You can find out more about our club by visiting our website, marcclub.org.